What's up, Push the Line? It's your boy Jay from the K, and I'm back with another Triple M. And so look, man, we already are wrapping up the second quarter of 2021, and I want to talk to a group of people, the mountain movers, because you need to be aware. So we all know that we have things in our lives that we perceive as mountains, and these could be troubles, these could be issues, these could be relationships, it could be, just trials and tribulations, the things that give us the blues. I'm pretty sure that we've experienced some things that we now consider mountains in our way. But let me ask you a question. Is it really a mountain, or is it just something that you think is a mountain? So let's talk about it. So let's just say that this thing really is a mountain. Well, you gotta understand that some mountains are meant to take you higher, not be roadblocks that stand in your way. But you gotta be able to be willing to embrace the challenges that come with this mountain to get to the top of it. Now, every mountain is an opposition. Some mountains are platforms, and platforms are meant to put you on the stage of life. They're meant to elevate you. And so it's crucial that you are able to recognize when you have a mountain and when you have a platform. A mountain that's really trying to stand in your way and block you, or if it's a platform that's meant to catapult you into success. So a key thing here is to be able to recognize that some of these mountains are only mountains because you perceive them to be mountains. And when you do that, what you've done, you've created an imagined barrier. And imagined barriers, they promote a fear of failure into a paralyzing reality, which deprives you of taking the first steps to climbing the mountain to your success summit. So then the question is what is an imagined barrier? So an imagined barrier is a negative thought that seeks to predict the outcome of a situation. And these are thoughts like, if I try, this will happen. I can't do this because this. If I try to ask for help, they'll just reject me. Or I can't make this happen because I don't have the resources. Those are imagined barriers. Imagined barriers will cripple you before you even get started. And so you got to be able to recognize when you're creating imagined barriers in your mind. Now, don't get me wrong, fear, it can be healthy. It can be an indicator that maybe I need to slow down, regroup, re-strategize, do some more research, plan things out a little bit better before I take a deep dive into the unknown. But fear should never be the thing that keeps you from stepping out there on faith and trying to be successful. So you have to be able to arrest those imaginations, take a good look at them, and determine, is this really reality, or is it just something that I've kind of dreamt up in my mind because I'm scared? A reality is that I don't have $1 million to invest in the business. An imagined barrier is that I can never get it done because I don't have $1 million to invest in the business. When the reality really is that I do have some money, I have some income, so I do have a seed that I can plant and grow. See, on one hand, focusing on the $1 million that I don't have, that would keep me from even trying. But if I step back and look at it and say, well, I do have about this much money coming in every month, and I can take a portion of that money and I can invest that, and over time, I can start to build and invest into whatever thing I want to do. So that's the difference, being able to recognize when I'm creating imagined barriers for myself. So what can we do to overcome imagined barriers? So it's real simple, it's common sense type stuff, right? And so this is what you do. You change your perspective and learn how to recognize the difference between challenges and adversities. See, challenges, they build character. They provide wisdom through experience, and they provide clarity for direction and growth success. Adversities, they discourage, they derail, they impede, and they delay your success, and ultimately they destroy you. So here's some free game for you. Success is born in the mind at the point of conception and determination. Then imagined barriers are also created in the mind. And so we have to be able to stop, think about it, analyze it, and determine and distinguish, is this really a reality or is it just an imagined barrier? Okay, so now we understand that some mountains can be platforms that we utilize to propel us into success. And this is why I tell you all the time that it's good to have a mentor, because a mentor has already experienced what you're going to experience. And so if you have a mentor, they can help give you some direction and help with that clarity. And so they can say, hey, look, you're on this road, and if you take this road, you're going to run into this mountain. And that mountain can very well be an adversity. And you don't want to go through all that, right? And so if you use a mentor's wisdom and their guidance and their experience, you can avoid those mountains. And then you can run into those mountains that are challenges meant to build you up, give you character, give you strength and endurance, and give you that experience that you need. Now, parents, understand this. Now, if you're creating imagined barriers, and this is a habitual practice that you have, understand that your children are watching you. And so when they see or hear you creating imagined barriers for yourself, what are you teaching them? You're teaching them that these things that I'm imagining that really aren't real are real. If you're creating mountains in your own life, how do you expect them to go to school and achieve and be great. They're watching you. They're reading your story. And realize if you're creating barriers for yourself, you're only prolonging your sense of failure and delaying your success. And we don't want to do that. All right? So going into this week, let's practice taking our thoughts captive, taking a look at it. Is this an imagined barrier? Is it real? Or is it just something I'm afraid of? And then let's set that to the side and let's go out here and get what we're trying to get to. So that's all I got for you guys this week. As always, I hope you guys be blessed. Before you go, make sure you like, share the video. If you haven't already subscribe and turn on that notification bell. So again, you guys have a blessed week. And as always, continue to push that line.